Args and I just spotted what we think is an eagle laying on the side of the road. Looks like he's been hit by a car, but I'm going back for two reasons. One, to suss him out, and male or female, I don't know yet, but we'll go back and have a look and make sure he's not still alive or maybe get him some help if he is alive. Yeah, we were right, it's an eagle. We'll, he's as dead as a doornail, but we'll check him out. Yeah, so I've had a look at him. He's been there for a couple of days. He's well and truly dead. He's stiff as a board, but with animals on the side of the road, I always check them. If they're on the road, I pull up 100%. If they're off the road, I don't normally stop, because it means that they're either been hit that hard that they've come off the road, or someone else has moved them. They've been checked, they're already dead. So I've never actually found a live animal on the road with a joey, but my uncle, one of my uncles did up in the country many years ago, and I've done it ever since. But I always put gloves on when I do this, because the decomposing part of an animal or a human or whatever, the bad bacteria takes over, and that's what eats all the everything. It eats the whole lot, right? The brain, all the internal organs and everything. So that bacteria alone can make you sick. So don't ever touch a dead animal unless you've got some gloves on. But this big fella, I'm going to get a couple of feathers off him, because these eagles, he's a Wedgetail Eagle, they're a big bird, and they are the king of kings in the kingdom of birds. He is the #1 bird. You can see the size of his feet and his claws. Right, have a look at them monsters. Like a bird like this could quite easily fly down and pick up our dog Kurt, no problem whatsoever. They pick up lambs, they pick up foxes, all sorts of things, but his eyes are gone. They've got a massive sharp beak, very, very, very sharp beak. It's about 6 times bigger than a cockatoo. These feathers here are going to be in my collection. That's where they're going. Yeah, there he is. A Wedgetail Eagle. That eye actually looks like it's still in there, but yeah. Wow, what a shame. There's roadkill between 2 white poles. There's 3 bits of roadkill just over there that we had to turn around and come back to see this fella. But that's what they do. They get on the road, trying to get a bit of roadkill, a bit of a feed, and cars or trucks clean them up. These things can sit 2.5 feet tall and have a wingspan of almost 3 meters. So, from that white line to that white line, when they're in flight, that's probably close to 3.5 meters. So you can imagine the wedgie with his feathers right open. There was one up there a minute ago, but it's gone. But they're the biggest bird in Australia, biggest flying bird, and yeah, this one here is probably only, could only be a year to a 1.5 years old. It's not very big. Well, ready to hit the road now. Time to send it. You can see that bit of roadkill there on the road. Another eagle. This one's a fraction bigger than the other one, but yeah, it's been dead for quite a few days. And you can see part of the maggot process under there. If I turned him over, there'd be quite a bit of other bugs in there that do the decomposing process with the bacteria. But yeah, the eagles are on the road. I mean, people can see them because they stand a couple of feet tall, but sadly they're still getting hit. Like I said in one of the previous films, if I see roadkill in the middle of the road, I stop, check for joeys and get it off the road and let nature do its thing. This thing's been dead for quite a few hours, and I'm just going to see if there's a joey inside it, and if there is, put it out of its misery, because the size of the kangaroo, the joey would have no hope no matter what we've done for it. So let's get it off the road. Main reason being is so it doesn't do damage to anybody else's vehicle, and yeah, no damage to anyone's vehicle, and can't cause an accident. Something that big on the road could quite easily turbulate under a smaller car and make the driver get uneasy and possibly cause an accident. But this thing's as hard as a rock, so it has been there for at least a day, and the decomposing process is well and truly taken over. So there's no joey inside her, and it's actually a male. I've just noticed it's a male, so it's that hard I didn't even look for a pouch. But yeah, that one there's a male. Obviously I'll just show you. It's normally a very small pouch here that stretches out really big. You can see his willy hanging out the back, and you can see his ball sack there. But yeah, he's been smashed a couple of times. But anyway, that's what we do. Roadkill on the road, we get rid of it. Just makes it a bit safer. Now we've just spotted a massive tiger snake. It's been run over, but he's a big one. Have a look at the size of this bloody tiger snake. He's not, look at it, still moving, Mark. It's still moving, look. He's been hit, but he's still alive, so. Yeah, he's wounded, but on the hot days, when it's hot, these things are that active that they're super fast. The hotter they are, the faster they are. So he's still alive. I'm going to give him a bit of a hand and get him off the road, but yeah, he's fairly damaged. Yeah, his eyes are open. He's been run over just behind the head, you can see that. Both his eyes are open, but he's wounded pretty bad. I think I've woken him up because he wasn't moving when I first pulled up, and now he's fully alive. It's easily it's a 4.5, 5 foot tiger snake, and they are extremely deadly. Literally. Looking at him like that, he's closer to 6 foot. Six-foot tiger. You don't mess with them. I'm leaving him where he is. Yeah, Margaret just had a really good point. I was going to leave him there on the road, but those last 2 eagles that we've seen, they're on the road trying to get a feed, and they love snakes. So not this big, but because he's laying there dead, the eagle will come down and have its way with him. But could be another accident, so we're going to get him off on the dirt, and we'll be back on the road. Been a great day with all this roadkill, I can tell you. Watch what his body does when I touch his tail. No, he didn't do it. Well, I'm 5'11". He's about that much taller than me. He's a 6.5 foot bloody tiger. Margaret and I often say how coming across the Nullarbor and our whole trip so far to date, travelling around Australia, there's been hardly any roadkill or animals jump over the road or... Bunnings Warehouse. What's their slogan again?
I don't know, but the snags are good.
Bunnings Warehouse. Yeah, something about the prices, and we'll beat it by 10%. But yeah, Mark said the snags are good, especially when they've got a bit of onion and a bit of dead horse on them. They are nice. But yeah, talking about roadkill, our whole trip, we've seen emus, we've seen wild horses and plenty of cattle. We have seen a little bit of roadkill. We've seen plenty of dingoes. But today alone, we are in the hundreds of roadkill that's just been everywhere. Since Port Hedland up to Broom, everywhere. And now, let alone to find 2 eagles on the side of the road, that's very, very rare. And now we just found that 6.5 foot tiger snake. That boy would be enough to kill a man in 3 hours. That's how deadly they are. But that's where he'll finish, right there. He's alive, but he ain't gonna go anywhere. He's still moving now. Probably should put him out of his misery, but you know, stranger things have happened. His whole body, even where he's been hit, is still thick, so his spinal setup and everything still may be all right, but I don't think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to die there, but it's not my call. I'm leaving him alone. Big shout out to Pedro. How are you, brother? Big hello to Pedro in Lara. All the boys at Roadwood, Robbie. The boys down the wharf unloading ships. The boys at Kelly's. And all the lads in Buffalo Avenue. Brendan. The messages have been good fun, brother. Bryce and Nat. The whole family, and Mr. Caddy, Brett, the wheelie king of Corio. I think we both have that title, my friend. But yeah, just saying g'day to all the boys, and Pedro, I hope you're not working too hard, brother. We'll all reconvene soon. I'll be back in Geelong by Christmas. Where that tower is, that means we're going to have internet. That bloke was just over at our camp. We've literally just pulled up here at Goldwire, 24-hour free stopover, and I said to him, oh, how long you been on the road? And he goes, oh, since 17. 5 years, that lucky bastard. And then I just walked over to Margaret and I go, that'll be us in 5 years. Wow. Just coming back from the toilets and spotted a harvest moon. Or a blood moon. It's very, very red tonight. Yeah, it is full moon night. Well, it wasn't a bad day today on the road, but the roadkill that we seen today in the hundreds was very abnormal for our trip around Australia. Bearing in mind we've seen it all before, but not to this scale. You know, day 92 on the road, and day 92 we have seen more roadkill than our entire trip. It's from kangaroos to cows, a horse yesterday, eagles, rabbits, foxes. I thought I seen a young dingo, but it may not have been. I didn't stop for that because it was in half. But the amount of roadkill today was unbelievable. But we're at a camp, at a free camp tonight. It's a full moon, a full blood harvest moon, and it was a lot redder earlier, but I've been busy and I've only just got a chance to film it. So yeah, we got here with just enough firewood. The nature of the beast, the universe, how things work, it's incredible. We got here with just enough firewood for maybe an hour or so. We weren't even here an hour, and a bloke just walked over randomly, seen that I was setting the fire up with a big long piece of firewood. Couldn't believe it. And he said, over at my camp right there, he said, there's even more. He goes, just come and help yourself. I goes, yeah, thanks mate. Metaphysics. I thank God every day that I learnt metaphysics a few years ago, and it is just the ultimate power of how everything works. It's incredible. Just another piece to the puzzle for our daily surprises on the road. It's just brilliant. So we've been at this camp for probably 3 hours now, and we just got everything set up within about 20 minutes when we first got here. I've seen this white Land Rover Discovery come in with a big van on the back, and I've seen this big dingo sitting up in between this fella and his missus. I couldn't believe how beautiful it was. I even yelled out to Margaret, have a look, she was busy, she didn't see it. You wouldn't believe it, 20-25 minutes later, because they parked a fair way from us, he walked straight past our camp with this massive, beautiful, purebred dingo that had 2 different coloured eyes. I'm going to try and get a photo of it in the morning, and just as it went past, Kurt, bearing in mind his pit bull experience back in Esperance, didn't end well. He took off after it. He was on his lead, but the lead pulled out of the side of the caravan. Oh my God, he went right over to the dingo and went the dingo. Just as I grabbed hold of him, the dingo would have killed him. But the bloke said, pull your dog back, mate, pull your dog back. Don't let this dog out. This is why I'm chasing Kurt, because Kurt was off and running. Anyway, we saved it again, but and then Margaret come flying out, put Kurt back on his lead. I stood there talking to that same bloke for probably over half an hour, and he was an absolute gentleman. He's from out near the Dandenongs in Melbourne. Him and his missus are travelling around Australia with their son's dingo, who come back from a trip years ago with a dingo, and now he's gone overseas, and these guys got lobbed with this purebred dingo. If I can get a photo of it tomorrow, you won't believe how beautiful it is. It's a dingo that's been well looked after, and they're such a good looking dog. Wow, they're a good looking dog. Wild animal, they are what they are. They would all be, all our cats and our dogs would all be wild if we didn't domesticate them. But the dingoes are gorgeous. Geez, they're nice. I hope to get a photo of that. But yeah, another little encounter with another male dog with young Kurt. Oh, he's a troublemaker. It's always nice to finish the day off in this red bull dust that we seem to be living in with a bath. Margs is waiting there. I'm going to give her the royal treatment. She's going in the hot water and I'm going to wash her feet. True story. How's it feel having a bath, Margs?
Feel like a little birdie.
Yeah, tell you what, when your feet are that dirty and dry from the bull dust, the red bull dust, the half of it's Pilbara, the Pilbara dust. We're out of the Pilbara now, we're nearly in Broom, so we'll be in Broom within an hour in the morning. But it just feels so extra nice to soak your feet in a nice hot puddle or a nice hot bucket and wash that dust off. It feels brilliant.
Anyway,
Yeah, in the wash. Well, I wasn't joking. They give the royal treatment. No, she's a queen, my old girl.
They're not really old.
No, she is getting on a bit. Yes, aren't we all?